This is interesting. Hello everyone, this is Imam. Today I'm going to run emulate Voodoo 2 card for my Retrogaming Linux emulation machine here inside 86 box, which is a PC emulator. I'm gonna try to run Quake games, Quake 1 and Quake 2. So this is a really old Linux distribution called Red Hat Linux version 7.2. So what I've done here in the 86 box, I've set up my system. I'll just show you my config. I have a Pentium 2 PC processor set up here with this configuration. As you can see, the speed is that I leave it at that speed, so it's good enough, because if I push it too hard, 86 box emulator is gonna struggle with my computer. Basically, you need a good processor actually to be able to have a good amount of emulation speed inside 86 box CPU emulation speed. So, and then for the RAM I've got 256. For display I'm using it's gonna emulate S3 Verge, which has a good compatibility, and then that's all in the configure. You can leave it up to 4 megabytes, so that it's got a 4 megabyte VRAM. And then for Voodoo card emulation, I got Voodoo Graphics checked here with Voodoo 2, and I can leave SLI on and off, doesn't matter in the threads forward. So what 86 box is gonna do, use the CPU to emulate all these different hardware to it's kind of like a complete emulation. It's not even gonna use my GPU, a powerful GPU, to emulate any. So it's gonna just use the GPU just to do the normal 2D rendering. So anyway, for sound card I got Sound Blaster 16, and then you can check it here, the configuration, and all this is set up. And I'm not using any network card emulation so I don't need any. And for the hard drive, I have set up a hard drive with a 10 GB. You can see here it's got roughly 10 gigabyte. You can see here you can create one, and it's got a speed RAM disks, a maximum speed ID slot 0. Everything else is just like that. I don't need any of this setup. You don't need, but you need it. But you can have it for CD-ROM. I've got a CD-ROM set up here in the channel 1, because hard disk in channel 00. So that's about it, and I set it to 72, which is the maximum, I guess. And yeah, emulation type, and there's the bus interface for other devices. I set it to all disabled, and that's all about it. And as you can see, I'm running 86 box. 86 box is showing the Red Hat Linux, the desktop interface. It used to look like that. I did a little bit of adjustment here and there, just move things around, and I'm running it under Mango Heart. And then in the 86 box for 2D rendering, you can choose different one from here, but it doesn't matter actually. I set it to OpenGL so that I can use Mango Heart. So I can see the FPS of the actual emulation, because if I choose OpenGL here using Mango Heart, I can synchronize with the video so that it synchronizes with the internal FPS to the Mango Heart anyway. So once that, I had a problem setting up a 3dFX driver inside Red Hat 7.2. Actually, I had to compile Mesa and then 3dFX driver itself to get it working, because by default Red Hat 7.2 doesn't have 3D Voodoo 1 and 2 support, only from 3 above. And when I tried to choose Voodoo card 3, and it didn't work, it didn't go very well. Anyway, you can download the driver to if you go to OnTeam website, my website, you can I set it the driver up there. You can just download and put it in your Red Hat Linux 7.2, whether it's an emulation machine like 86 box or actual old PC you have lying around, and you put Red Hat Linux 7.2 in there, and then you can use the driver to get 3dFX working inside your box. Anyway, I got it working. Now I'm gonna show you, and first thing you have to do is to make sure 3dFX driver is loaded. And I just do ls mod to see. So the module is not loaded, so I'm gonna type in 3dFX, and it's gonna load up the module, and ls mod again, and you can see the module is loaded now. Now that's all, and I'm gonna run. First thing I'm gonna try is the very first Quake. So I got it all copied over here. You can copy your game or using the CD-ROM mounting feature in the 86 box. So I got the game installed here inside the Linux box. And then what I have found working, actually I'm gonna put it up there. I tried all different versions of Quake, original Quake version, and they didn't work because they complain about this distribution 7.2 Red Hat is too new for that. So, but one version I found is gonna use it uses OpenGL to render, and sorry, first. And that version I found is GL Quake Plus, and it's gonna use GLX, which is Mesa 3D is gonna use X window system to render OpenGL content. Anyway, that's the short form it. So just before I launch it, I just have to check that I have set the environment variable for Mesa correctly set, GLX FX. So righty. So before launching any OpenGL game, since it's gonna use the OpenGL is gonna the Mesa 3D OpenGL is gonna use 3DFX in the glide driver. So you have to set this environment variable. It's already set now, but if it's not set, you can set it easily. Export Mesa GLX FX and FF for full screen because it's gonna run in full screen. Now I'm gonna run it. So GLQ plus, and you can see the 3DFX logo. That means it's using 3DFX underneath to render OpenGL. So before I get into IL quickly, so as you can see the game is running in Red Hat Linux. You can set up your sound if you log in as root using the su command. As you can see here, it's very easy to set up the sound card. You just have to type in asbin smd config and then just follow the instructions, and don't forget to follow the config from your emulation setup here, and it should set up your sound card properly. And as you can see in the programs, multimedia, audio mixer, I have sound all up here, PCM all the way up and the volume all the way up, and that's about it. The sound card is set up. Another thing, you have to make sure what type of mouse you configure it. Input devices, standard PS2 mouse, and then you can check. You can go to the etc VGA folder, because if you're gonna run Quake 2, it's gonna use SVGA-lib. The original Quake 2 version of Linux version uses SVGA-lib. And for SVGA-lib, for mouse to work properly, you have to go to the etc VGA and log in as root, and type in the mc command, and then go to the VGA config file, press F4 to edit the file, and use the page down key and go to this location where it says mouse, and you can pick the mouse type here. I set it to PS2 since I'm using PS2, and make any edit according to your need, and then PS2, and then F2 to save, or you can come out of it by pressing F10. As you can see here, what F10 does is quit and cancel. I'm not going to modify that file. So once I did that modification, and then I was able to play Quake 2 with the mouse support easily. But Quake 2 Linux support, you have to run the game from outside of the X window, graphical window, from the console only, using the root user. Anyway, that's all about it. But let's run Quake, original Quake 1 Linux version here using the Voodoo card, Voodoo 2. And as you can see, I think the volume is a little bit up. As you can see, volume is so at 96 bucks I can make it full screen by checking full screen here or control alter page up. That's it. And I did some adjustment here, the mouse look and all that. You can go to the complete file to so it seems like even inside the emulation we are getting, and this is actually the desktop resolution, the desktop computer, Linux computer running at 1024 by 768. So we are getting quite a good nice FPS even inside the emulation, because everything here is emulated by my host CPU, which is the Ryzen 5 CPU. So Voodoo 2 card and OpenG also we're getting roughly 30, 15, yeah, good FPS for this type of resolution. And the sound is working, mouse is working. Yeah, so we get the original feeling here, and it's running perfectly fine. There's no lagging, there's no, mouse is fine. You can move the mouse, you can move the mouse. It's everything beautiful here. And the sound is not lagging at all. Even though everything is emulated, the Voodoo Graphics sound card, processor. I'm getting there. Oh no. Sound is broken. Oh. So depending on the area, the FPS is accurate. It's fully playable. So beautiful. Of course, you can, on the modern PC you can run Quake 1 very easily using all the different cores you got with higher features, higher resolution. I just wanted to get the original feeling. So so I choose Linux to get the original feelings. You can go with the Windows version as well, Windows 98. But I just wanted to see Linux. In those days, the original Linux version was quite good. We are getting switch between. Okay, actually this game is quite good. Still getting, so we're getting the FPS is not constant, it's fluctuating. But it doesn't affect the gameplay that much. If your mouse is a little bit too fast or too slow, you can adjust that in the settings, mouse sensitivity. So we just completed level 1. Okay, alrighty. never played Quake 1 before. This is first time playing Quake 1. So I don't know much about this. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, all good. Modified. Actually, you can do some settings, I guess, especially with the texture filtering to make everything more sharper, I guess. But I haven't adjusted anything in the config. That's it. As you can see, it's running quite beautifully. So now we're gonna try out, what is it, Quake 2, which should be run from the command line. So I have to log out from here, and also run as root user. So log in as root, and it's install it under user local games Quake 2, and that's it. So with the here, I didn't have to change anything. I just have to run the original Quake Linux version, and it worked beautifully. And as you can see, I'll show you what you have to do. You have to go to the video, and as you can see, you have to choose Mesa 3D FX, and it's gonna use the Voodoo card. And ignore that it's not saying full screen, it's actually full screen. Also, I went to the option, also modified the config file so that I can have free look, mouse look, and yeah. And also yeah, that's all. New game easy. Let's see. So we're getting the video 30 FPS something, and as you can see, it's not using the GPU at all, and it's using 20% something. Let's see in the actual game how much CPU is gonna use. So it's using roughly 20-30% CPU to emulate all these Roto card, 10 PM2 CPU, Sound Blaster, and everything else. And you can see it's running beautifully. So, mouse a little bit sensitive, but you can adjust that from the file. As you can see, it's beautiful. So I'm not going through this hidden top. Getting a good FPS with the Voodoo Graphics. And the emulation performance is quite good. reason mouse is a bit sensitive, I guess. The game's supposed to be running at lower. See. I just pressed a mistake. I just pressed that console button. Where do you go now? He's lost here. Okay, you go from here.
It's access through storage.
But I would say
Marines, we're at 1% ground force
okay.
operational status.
I remember I adjusted the texture sharpness or something. Sharpie type. Where do you go now? Alright. Anyway, that's all about it. As you can see, I'm able to play Quake 2 inside a Voodoo emulation system. And that's all about it. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Bye bye. See you next time.